Are you ready to do some ear training to get you ready for OET listening part C? Well, this time we're going to be looking at massage, and I'm going to start by busting a couple of myths. There's absolutely no way you are going to go from zero to finding the correct answer as if you were a magician pulling a rabbit out of a hat. Oh no, you have to put in the work. You have to train your ear. You have to listen to as many health related podcasts as you can to get you ready for that OET test. And when you're listening to the podcast, I want you to do two things. And these are really going to help you in your listening exam. As you're listening to podcasts, please make notes. So it's great to listen to podcasts, on your way to work, on the train, in the car, or when you're cooking dinner. That's absolutely fine as well. But set yourself some focused study time and listen to the podcast and make notes, because you need to get your brain listening and your brain writing or typing at the same time for the exam. As you're listening, summarise each point being made in your head. You can pause this and summarise while you're practicing, that's absolutely fine, but do practice the art of making notes and summarising. This is going to transform your learning and improve and upgrade those skills of yours. My name's Sona, I'm your online OET tutor with Bose Learning, and I'm a premium preparation provider of the OET. Thank you very much for joining me today. What we're going to do in this video is do some listening and summarising. I'm going to get you to summarise a short extract first, and then I'm going to give you 6 questions that you can answer. And we're going to be listening to a podcast all about the health benefits of massage. We're only going to listen to about 5 minutes or so, which mimics the OET listening part C exam, one extract from that. I'll put the URL here, but you can also go away and have a look at that yourself. I'll pop it in the comments box below. So let's start by getting your brain warmed up. And this is something you should always do when you're doing a listening. So what do you know about massage? Have a little think, get your brain ready to hear about the topic. And you're probably going to come up with something like it's relaxing, it's used in recovery, it's used by athletes and elite sports people and general sports people as well. So these are the kind of things that we generally know about massage. And the reason you need to start thinking about this is because a podcast about the health benefits of massage is probably going to talk about these things. And if your brain is ready to hear them, it's so much easier to catch the answers. As I say, I want you to summarise as you go along, and I'm just going to practice that a little bit with you at the beginning before going on to the questions themselves. So first of all, have a listen to the opening extract and summarise it in your own words. Here we go.
Massage has been used to heal our aches and pains for over 3,000 years, but I have to admit I'm a bit of a skeptic. I'm not going to turn down one if it's offered to me. It does feel good, but is it actually doing good? I've heard people claim that massage can reduce pain, flush out toxins, boost your immune system, and even prevent depression. But how much of that, if any, is true? The perfect person to start helping us separate fact from fiction is Mark Tarnopolsky, a professor of medicine who studies neuromuscular disorders.
And if it was me, I would summarise something like the speaker likes a massage, but is not so sure about its benefits. She interviews Mark, who's a medicine professor specialising in neuromuscular disorders, and she wants to question him about the efficacy of massage and, its therapeutic use. So that would be my own summary. Okay, let's get going with some questions then. As in the OET, I'm going to give you 6 questions, multiple choice with 3 options, and then after we've finished listening, we'll go through the answers. Here we go.
When I was younger, I did a lot of races, represented Canada in ski orienteering, winter triathlon, was a professional duathlete, then got into trail racing. I was 42 and won a 25K trail run and thought, oh my goodness, this is amazing. I'm still racing like a youngster.
Mark used to be the athlete who would turn down a free massage offered to him at the end of a race.
Previously, I'd passed the massage table, even though I'd win the race and I didn't have to queue. But then afterwards, I never got back to my former self. And, coming fourth or fifth or sixth, I had to queue up for the massage. But so little did I know that exactly 1 week later, I jumped in the water to go water skiing, and I had a ski that was too small. So being a stubborn person, I kept hanging on. And then all of a sudden, boom, I felt this tear and I ripped all my hamstrings off the back of my leg.
Oh.
And then the leg kept going. Then I tore the blood vessel off the back of my leg. Then I ripped my sciatic nerve. So I had them all reconstructed. And as part of the recovery, I had physiotherapy and massage. And prior to this, I had never really thought about massage. I questioned what the value was. And the massage therapist and physiotherapist said it was, lactate flushing out, which I didn't believe. So I said, we should really look at this.
Massage became a crucial part of Mark's recovery.
After our research, I said, this is amazing. I'm definitely going to wait for the massage now.
If only you'd known it back when you were at the front of the queue.
Absolutely. Yeah.
There is so much going on when we get a massage. Our muscles are being moved, pressure is being applied, and we're receiving human touch. But which of these things is benefiting us when we get a massage? Mark has studied this by looking at the effects of massage on the body after exercise. But first, what happens to our muscles when we exert ourselves?
There's also some micro tears that starts to happen if we push too hard or for too long.
And then we stop exercising. What happens to our muscles after exercise?
After exercise is the repair time. And this happens every time we do exercise. So there's inflammatory cells which come in, which is part of the reason why we have discomfort 24 to 48 hours later. Then our DNA produces more proteins and we rebuild those micro tears and we sort of patch up or fix the muscle that's been damaged.
But how does massage help with this? To find out, Mark and his research team took 11 young athletic men and got them to do hard exercise on a bike. Really hard exercise, to the point of exhaustion. Then Mark rewarded the participants with a massage on their leg. But just the one leg, the other was left alone for comparison. A biopsy was taken. A tiny bit of muscle was removed from the men's legs before exercise, straight after exercise, and then a couple of hours after the massage. Mark found evidence that the muscle in the massaged leg was healing faster than in the non-massaged leg, because more mitochondria were being produced, which is a sign of repair as they're increased and improved after exercise.
The second part of our study was inflammation. When we do vigorous exercise, there is that inflammation. And the inflammation can be triggered much the same way as we can trigger increase in mitochondria. We can activate inflammation with proteins going into the nucleus. That's that brain part of our cell called the nucleus. And indeed, when we looked at some markers of inflammation, that was lower in the massaged leg 2.5 hours after the massage.
So Mark and his team found massage reduces inflammation and replaces mitochondria, both of which help repair muscles quicker after exercise.
Okay, let's go through the answers then. So number 1, he was doubtful. So he calls himself a skeptic. So a skeptic is doubtful. If you're not sure about the meaning of stance, you probably know the meaning of initial. So at the beginning, how did he feel? And just from the answers, you can figure out that stance means belief or his opinion. So this is an opinion question, a connotation question, and of course he was doubtful about its benefits. Question 2, the reason he decided to investigate was the fact that he experienced a significant injury. Yes, he was offered a free massage, but normally he went past those, he didn't accept it. Yes, his physiotherapist recommended it to help lactic acid, but he wanted to investigate himself following on from his injury. How did his perspective change? He remained skeptical. We can ignore that because it's a change. He wouldn't remain skeptical after doing research. We can see that he started to view it as important because he's talking more positively about it. He's an advocate of it now, isn't he? He might be recommending it to his patients, but it's not something that's mentioned in the extract. And then number 4, why did he mention this? What was the reason? What was his intention? What was the kind of weight of him saying this? And this is quite a common OET type question where you're digging a bit deeper. Why does the speaker say something? And the reason he did it this time is to highlight all the stress that the muscles go through during intense activity. He's not really explaining anything. He's not saying it's harmful, definitely not. He's just telling us about all this physical stress that happens when we exercise. And then number 5, what's the implication about the study reveal? It sped up muscle repair and reduced inflammation. And number 6, what about the use of the word trigger then? Why does he pick that particular word? In this case, it's not random because trigger is something very specific. It's not a minor side effect, it's that this is a deliberate response caused by what's happening to our muscles under stress. So trigger, of course, is a cause, and that's why he uses this word. So I hope this has given you a nice bit of OET practice. Keep listening to these podcasts, keep listening to my videos and watching them. It would be lovely to hear from you. Let me know what you want more of. Do you have questions? Just pop a comment in the comments box. I would love to hear from you. If you want a regular dose of all things OET, why not sign up to my free newsletter and you'll get videos, lessons straight to your inbox. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to hear from you, and I hope to see you again very soon. Take care. Bye bye.